Hey, what's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. It is your girl, Miss Honey. I am here to do a Greenleaf review. As you guys know, this is season 4, episode 2 of Greenleaf. Okay, I thank you to everyone again who watched. If you're new to my channel, I would love to have you hit that subscription bell and become a member of the tribe. Hit that notification bell. I'd love for you to hit that thumbs up button. Everybody knows it's like saying, hey, Miss Honey, as well as comment down below. We like to talk a bit about it down below. Okay, so let's get into this episode. Let's see. Who should we talk about first? Let's talk about May. May is a little bit different this season. I mentioned last episode how when Bishop came in and he saw May getting undressed and ready for bed, baby, he was like, what? You is a fine looking woman. You's a fine filly. And she had to put the brakes on him. Oh no, what you won't do is try to scooty boot on back up through here without courting your girl. And I talked about how she was, she seemed like she was more empowered. May always been running around trying to run things and supervise and judge and pontificate. But I don't know. She just has a quiet energy about her. So we see in this episode where she takes the girls, Zora and Sophia, shopping. They want Grace to go, but Grace got other things to do. She got bigger fish to fry, right? And so as the girls are sitting in there and trying on clothes and chit-chatting, y'all know how Zora is. She is so extra hot in the puss. And May is on the other side. That's another thing. She's not as uptight as she was in past seasons. Now, she's still down here for the 5 a.m. Bible study, but at the same time, she lets the girls chitter-chatter on and talk about slightly inappropriate things, and she doesn't even blink. Well, she gets an email from Connie, and that email is letting her know that she has a bill. She has a tab from the day with Lady May that she needs to pay to the tune of $38,000 and some change. Okay, and she says the devil is a lie and throws her phone and cracks the mirror in the doggone dressing room. She gets home. Bishop is sitting there up on the steps. Now, Bishop has been working on what he gonna do to get his lady back, to get my sweetie back. Well, he has been singing with Charity. What is the song called? Unforgettable. That's what you are. Okay, he's been getting in that mood, romantic. He done planned a trip for him in May, a getaway. Okay, a second honeymoon. All right, when she comes in that door, boy, when I tell you she 38 hot, she hot as fish grease. She comes in that door in a pair of beautiful, column heel. That's a round heel, column heel. Okay, it looked like it was every bit of 4 inches. A beautiful gray suede column heel pump. And she saunters up them steps, baby. When I tell you she did not grab either side of that railing, she stormed up past Bishop, baby, and she did not even want to talk. He was waiting there for her so he could tell her, guess what? Surprise! I'm taking you on a trip she don't want to hit. She hot as fish grease, baby. When I tell you she took those steps, boom, 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 cat, 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 got to the top, went in the room, turned the light on. Bishop was right on her heels. Okay, did the girls upset you? What's going on, baby? I mean, I'm just trying. And he got the envelope in his hand, and she was like, Connie, that little stitch of nothing. Okay, she has the nerve to send me a bill for overages, and Bishop is right there with her. What the heck? How dare she? Okay, that's all any woman wants. She want to know that you're listening, and she want to know that you on her side, okay? So good start, Bishop. It ain't a trip to paradise, but boy, oh boy, that is a good start. All right? So Bishop listens, and Lady May lets Connie have it. Oh, she tells her from stem to stern, Lady May style, okay? Lady May style. It's all very elegantly done, but baby, when I tell you she tells her from stem to Mickey Fricky Stern, okay, that you know, you give somebody a little bit of power and you really see who they are. It's amateurish, it's brutish. Ooh, what else did she say? It's amateurish, it's brutish, and she wants to know what Bishop has in his hand. He was like, no, this is not the time. This is not the time to bring this up. This will not be received with the same joy and love that you had in your fantasy when you set all this thing in motion. So we better not mention this now. Oh, nothing. This is just a bill from the exterminator. She said, good. And you tell the exterminator to send that same exterminator over there to Connie's house. And you tell him to kill every four-legged thing that crawls, including Connie. She storms out and goes into her closet. She says, Lord, forgive me. I know you don't like ugly. Huh? I said, okay, May. Okay, May. Okay. But still, May's different. Because the old May wouldn't even took them girls home. She'd have pulled around there to House of Hope or whatever it's called, Hope and Help. She'd have pulled straight up on that lawn and been this close to running Connie down, okay? So still, you know, pontificating, still grandstanding, still with the elegant, nice, nasty reads, but something's different with May, right? So later on, Bishop goes to give Lady May a helping hand. Now, mind you, it really ain't about Calvary / H&H. It's not. He doing all of this for May. But Bishop has kind of always been this way. He has kind of always been this way. You know, he loves May. He's done some things. He's participated in some things, but he loves May. And so he goes down, he done taught Korean into sneaking out of the church and bringing him some secret documents. Now, they on House of Hope's land, okay? And I'm sure there's cameras everywhere, especially since they run H&H like a doggone business. So I don't know why Korean thought that she was not on camera. I don't know why y'all got to meet on the church grounds. I'm not sure. Do you live there, Korean? He couldn't meet you around your place. He couldn't meet you at the Burger King at the corner. Like, what is we doing? But it looked good for TV. And he gives her the paperwork. And she said, I could lose my job. Don't let anybody know I gave you this. And he said, no problem. I appreciate you for doing this. And pulls off. And when he pulls off, Korean says, this show don't feel like church. No. And stealing property isn't Christianly. If you just, if we gonna split hairs, let's split them all. All right, so then he goes and he gives the information to May, and he doesn't get the response he's looking for. Okay, he expects her to say yes, because this is information that proves that Connie, not 2 days later, got a large deposit and she's being paid off by House of Hope, H&H. She's being paid off to go and get everybody rallied up to get the church position to be taken over. Okay, she's on the payroll, right? And this is proof. This is definitive proof. But Lady May ain't down with it. She let Bishop know this the old us. This what we used to do. We used to cut corners. We used to be slipping and tipping, huh? We used to be dipping and diving. Oh yes, we used to be sneaking and freaking, huh? But we don't do that no more. We not those people anymore. If we expect to have anything to get our church, because he said, I did it to get your church back. I ain't did it for me. I'm retired. I did it to get the church back for you. Okay, and I'm hoping to get up in here in this bedroom area and scooty boot. Pity pat. Okay, that's what I'm hoping for. You know, listen, if we expect anything to have longevity, for us to get this church back and do things right, we got to do it righteously. We got to be righteous. Our hands have got to be without blemish, oh yes, or stain. Okay, May, I see. I'm picking up what you putting down. Okay, this seems like a methodology that may be effective. Why not do things the right way? Why not be upstanding, Why not go in the front door instead of sneaking in the back window? Okay. I'm with it, May, and I support you. I really, really do. Okay. Bishop is confused. When he get back to his bedroom, he look at them tickets and he was like, dog, I thought we was going to be able to sail away together. Let me throw this thing back here in this drawer. We have to deal with this honeymoon situation later. Because right now, my wife got work. She got work on her mind. Okay. All right, Bishop. I see what's going on with you. Then Lady May go down to the church to talk to Corinne the next morning. And she finds her there with Charity. And she is yay close. Okay? She is yay close, to talking too goddamn much. To telling too much. First of all, Corinne, that is not godly. If you want to church to be more like church, you first must be church in here. You got somebody sitting on the tip of your desk talking to Charity, and Charity is buttering her up, and she about to tell it all, okay, when May walks in. Okay, all right. So May said, walk with me. And then she tells Corinne, she said, Corinne, we have got to band together. If we want to purge this church of the scourge that has been sat upon it, we must band together and we must operate in righteousness. And I don't know what Corinne thought she was talking about, but Corinne says, you're right, Lady May, I should have called you. Now, I don't know if she mean I should have called you just to check on you, to keep in touch with you. I should have called you to tell you that Bishop was asking me to do some things that was going to get me in trouble and possibly get me fired, because she told Corinne she needed her to keep her job because we need you here. Not to do wrong, but stand in solidarity with us. And she gives Corinne an envelope. Now, in that envelope is payment in full for the overages that she acquired during Lady May Day. The full $38,000. You make sure this gets into the hands of Corinne before the board meeting tonight. Okay, that's important because in the hands of Connie, because when Connie go into that board meeting, y'all already know she gonna be dragging May's name up and through, all up and through the meeting. Okay, make sure she get this, okay, and shut them wagging tongues up, basically. And then she tells Corinne about, we must stand together in righteousness. That's how we gonna get this church back. And Corinne is like, Now, the look on Corinne's face was one of understanding, in that she seemed as though she realized some of the things that she may be doing that is not necessarily righteous. So I said, okay, May, I see what you're doing. You being an example. You affecting change. I'm with you so far, May. I'm with you. Okay, that's May. All right, let's talk about Carissa and Jacob. Okay, first of all, Jacob goes in to work with Grace. And Corinne is giving Grace her schedule, the lowdown. Come to find out that Whitmore, President Bob's daughter, he ain't got no wife because the wife was died last year. Okay, and he got his daughter who is over all of the European or Asian houses of hope, and she is in charge of praise and worship. I was like, oh, okay. Okay. All right. Now, they didn't mention that the woman was married. They didn't mention if the woman has kids, but Grace put her off. And Corinne goes on down the list and she mentions a couple other things. They all start with Phil. Phil want to see you. Phil want to know. Phil sent you an email. Phil left a message. Phil got a package at the door. Phil. Every day Phil want to see Grace because Grace has to be groomed, okay? Grace has to be brainwashed, okay? She got to get with the H&H way, which is money, okay? For those of you who are in the urban section, you know it as money, okay? That's what they all about, which includes Blue Lake, which is the camp that they send the Calvary kids to, now known as the House of Hope kids. All right, okay, so but Phil want to talk with Grace about that. Grace don't have time for that. She got some other things she got to do this morning. So would you please, Jacob, go run interference with Phil and talk with him about this Blue Lake situation, please. And Jacob said, well, I don't know, I was supposed to be just be a pretty face around here and just walking around and looking real cute and everything. And she said, never mind all that, please handle this. He said, no problem, I will take care of it. It is clear to me that Jacob is closer to Grace. It's always kind of been that way than Charity has been to either of them. All right, okay, so Jacob goes in to see Phil, and he goes in clean. He doesn't go in cocky. He doesn't go in with this expectation that somebody is going to roll a red carpet out for him. Oh, no. He goes in and shakes a hand and has a seat and how you doing? Okay, but still they two males in the same room together. So penises are going to show up, okay? They at every meeting. They just there. Okay, they present, all right, but they don't normally show up. Okay, they there, but they not exposed. Okay, until you get men who kind of get into this verbal sparring match, and then that's when the cocks fly. Okay, the table is right here, let's throw it on there, huh? You throw yours on, I throw mine on, and we both see who's bigger. All right, but Jacob said, you know what, not gonna do it. Okay, I will, however, unzip and let it peek out. So you see them big old eyes, okay, or that one big eye. He's very cordial with Phil. Phil tells him, listen, I just don't understand, why didn't Grace come? Well, she just got pulled into another meeting, but I am here. Hopefully I can answer your questions for you. And you know, I was AP to my father before Grace got here. And feels like that's good to know. Now see how Bob treat Phil. Phil is trying to treat Jacob like that. You're trying to son him. You're trying to school him. You're trying to pull a power move, but it's fine. Jacob say, I don't have to pull it all the way out. You see how he unzipped my pants for me? It's no problem. It's no problem. But let me finish. So anyway, he tells him, he says, this is, you know, Phil says diversity. House of Hope is all about diversity. Not only are they super duper diverse, but they are bulging at the seams with revenue, and we run them less expensively. Now, we can all interpret that for what it really means, which is we run it on the bare minimum. We get more butts in the seats by being diverse, which means we invite people from all walks of everything, everywhere, all as long as they got the money, they can get up in here and they can run, free. Okay, and we provide the minimal amount of service for the maximum amount of dollars, and we get quantity over quality. Well, Jacob says, I understand that, and diversity is good, but to get diversity everywhere. It's everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. And for us, we really, really, really enjoyed or find value in the fact that we're sending Black children to camp, and they are having Black experiences in their crafts, in their music, in what they learn about their heritage and who they are and where they came from. We find this a more effective camping experience for our young Black youth. And Phil was like, I said to myself, oh, okay. I see Princess Whitmore is gonna show up, and I feel like that's who Phil really, really want to be with instead of Charity. I'm getting a sense that Phil does a lot of bartering with his character and his ethics, but that was just a little discernment. Y'all don't have to get caught up in that. Y'all don't have to get caught up in my measly old teeny tiny little bit of discernment. But trust me, Phil got a way about him. And I don't care how much he push up on Becky. Up on Charity. He got an eye for Becky. And I can see it when he got to talking about diversity. I can see it by the way he kowtows to President Bob. But let's move forward. Jacob says, we found that this to be a better platform, for a camp. And Phil say, oh, okay, I see that you got a little peekaboo there. I guess I'm supposed to be impressed. But Phil say, boom. Take a look at this, huh? Look at it, huh? Look at the size of it, huh? You see this girth? I'm in charge. Phil say I'm in charge. You can tell, by the way it rolls all the way out off the side of the desk, huh? I'm big man around these parts. He said, I won't even bother you with the big words, the finer details about diversity versus equity and monetary. I won't even bother you about it. It's just that it's not gonna happen. We not gonna do it. You let Grace know that if she have any questions regarding it, she can come see me. Gets up, walks off, leaves Jacob sitting there just like Bob did him. Okay, and gave him a pat on the shoulder just like Bob did him, pacifying. Okay, and he says, meanwhile, it's good to see you, brother. Well, thanks for coming in, brother. And he scooted boots on out the door. And Jacob is like, wow, that guy's a real jerk. That's the look he has on his face. Well, while he's on his way to meet Phil, he sees Noah. Noah was like, He chit-chats with Noah a little bit. And he tells Noah, hey, why don't you come by the house later and say hello to Mom? I know they'd be glad to see you. Noah say, no. No. I can't do that. I'm on my way to the airport. He said, well, I tell him you came by. He said, don't do that. I don't want to be rude. I just rather you not tell them. And Jacob was like, oh, okay, that's weird. But that's fine. Goes to talk to Grace. And while he is chit-chatting with Grace, Carissa is looking online for a house. Okay, she's got a house that she has seen. Her girlfriend, who's a realtor, sent it to her, and she got her eye on this house. And she goes to see the house. And she loves the house. And it's a ton of people walking around looking at the house too. All right, beautiful house. It offers her all the prestige and you know, it's a place that she can call her own and still look like they got something. Okay, it ain't the Greenleaf compound, but it's a beautiful home and we could call it our own, and this would be great. Well, they kind of cash poor. The lady said, well, maybe you can ask your in-laws for it. And she said, shoot, I'd rather donate plasma than ask them for anything. I'm like, well, Carissa, you move your whole house into theirs. You move your whole house into theirs. Now, maybe you couldn't stay over there where the electricity wasn't working so good because that belonged to the other church. But you didn't have to go there. You could have went to an apartment. You could have. You got a job. Don't you have a job? Huh? Y'all could have got a small apartment. You didn't have to move there. Well, Jacob goes in to see Grace, and he tells her what Phil said. And he was like, that Phil is a real piece of work. She was like, tell me about it. Grace tells him, listen, I got the money. No problem. Go ahead and make the reservations at Blue Lake, and I'll pay the difference. Jacob said, you sure? She said, yeah. Before he walked out the door, he said, oh, by the way, Noah. Grace said, yeah, I think he and his wife are having family problems. I was like, Grace, why would you do that? Why would you besmirchify that man's marriage? It wasn't her place to say it. Anyway, so Jacob goes on. Later on, he meets with Dante, okay? Brother Saunders. He meets with Dante. Now, when Dante get there, he pulls up in his fancy sports car. They at the House of Hope, and he's bonka-cha-chunka, bonka, bonk, bonk, you know, but it was more like rap music. Okay, gets out. He got a little dude in the car with him. Rude is all get out. Jacob talks to him a little bit about basketball and how good he's doing with that. Says, hey, what are we doing? What's going on? We're going to have lunch. He's like, nah, we just had breakfast. Have you ever played basketball with a football? Jacob say no. Tells his boy to get in the back. Now the boy's like, he said, man, get in the back. He's like, what? Get in the back, man. That's a pastor, man. The boy was like, whatever. Jacob speaks to him. He won't even speak back. This the guy, the jerk he got in the car with him. I was like, Jacob gets himself in the car, you know. It's tiny. And Jacob's a big boy. Oh, I know he needed a can open to get Jacob out of there. And then Jake pulled out. You know, it's clear that he's a rebellious soul. It's clear that for whatever reason, he doesn't have a lot of respectfulness. Okay? He doesn't have a lot of respectfulness. Maybe it's because he's a cute guy. Maybe it's because he's always been great at sports and people have always given him accolades. Maybe it's because he never really had to work that hard. We don't know. They get to the court and they throwing basketballs. They throwing footballs into a basketball goal. Evidently, it's not as easy as one would think. The guy that he brought with him, the jerk, is sitting on the outskirts. And Dante tells Jacob he knows that he's getting a small stipend from the team to be his life coach, but he wants to give him something extra. And Jacob is like, what are you talking about? Well, I don't need nobody in my business, okay? If I'm at the club breaking down racks, on you know what I'm saying, up on these women, I don't need nobody talking to the team about it. So he goes and gives Jacob a roll this big. You could have choked a horse with it. And he said, Jacob was like, nah, man, put that money away. It's not a drug deal, Jacob. It's money. Now he's rolled up like drug money, but that's not the point. And put that away. Come on, man, you crazy? This 10 G's. He was like, I don't care. Put that away. He said, I understand where you coming from. He said, I like you. wrote a whole bunch of checks thinking I did not have to worry about them being cashed. He said, but they always get cashed. They always get cashed in. So if you don't mind, I don't want your money. I want us to see this thing through. And Dante was like, I was just testing you anyway, man. Come on, let's go. Now, meanwhile, his friend is like, man, I thought you was gonna take this man back. Take this man back the way so we can. I want to go to the mall. I was like, to the mall? Okay, first of all, Jacob, you already know the kind of individual that Dante is currently, because you can look at his friends. If Dante had any respect for adults, if he had a respectful way about him, he would not hang out with somebody who is so disrespectful. A disrespectful person wouldn't want to be friends with Dante, because they already know that ish don't fly with Dante. I'm just saying, for observances purposes. Okay? This is how we help people, by observing, by listening, by paying attention to the little foxes, because those are the ones that destroy the vine. All right? But let's move forward. Later on, Jacob goes home and he talks to Carissa. Carissa is showing him pictures of the house, and the house is beautiful. You like it? He was like, how are we going to afford this, Carissa? It's a very nice house, but how are we going to afford it? I figure what we can do, because she done had all day to think about it, is sell the land. The sell the land that's across the street from the church, because that's our land. Now, you remember they gave them that land. That land ain't so easy to work on either. Remember, it's got some issues over there. But him and Carissa name on the deed to that land. She want to sell it. He don't really want to sell it. He feels like God, as he has always said from the time he got that land, he wanted to do church without walls. Okay? God wants him to do something special with that land. He really feels that it's the only thing they got that's solid, that's tangible, that's really, really real, that's theirs, that's big, that's a major anchor. Well, won't you at least let me go and have her run the specs on the land and see how much we can get for it? No, Carissa, I really, really feel like God is leading me to do this, that, and the third with the land. Well, Jacob, I really don't have to ask you. I mean, my name is on there too, so I don't have to ask. Well, you listen. If both of y'all names on there, you can't just go sell that land. Both parties are going to have to sign off on that land being sold. So you don't have to ask him about getting the specs on the land. But to sell that land, you're going to need Jacob's signature too. All right? And you're going to need Jacob to be present for it. But I digress. So Jacob says, I tell you what, you don't have to. And I ask you, and I told you, Carissa, Jacob he's steady. He's steady with it. Like May, he's got his heart set on doing things right. Now, y'all know Jacob has been here before, having his heart set on doing what's right. He had his heart set on doing what's right when Tasha Skanks manipulated him into deep throating down there at the old church. So, you know, the best laid plans, okay, the best laid plans can go awry. But we gonna ride with Jacob. Jacob said, and I answered you, and I wish you would just listen to me. I tell you what, give me a week. Give me a week, talk with the Lord, and see what the Lord say. If you give me a week to talk with the Lord and see what the Lord say, I will let you know. All right? Meanwhile, she done went round there and drafted a letter to the doggone real estate agent. Now, I don't know if she asked the real estate agent to look into the land. All we see is her start the email off and type it out and then stop. All right? We see Jacob down at the gym where him and Dante went. Okay, he tried to teach Dante something, and Dante taught him something. So he's down there with a football, throwing it, trying to get it in the basketball hole. And he's talking to the Lord. Now, Lord, I know it's been a minute. And I know I ain't the best, and I know I ain't the most honest and upstanding and righteous. He said, but I need a word. I need you to show me what I must do. Move on my behalf, Lord. If I could just hear from you. Now, he throws that ball and goes right in the hole. All right. Okay. Let's see what Carissa gonna do. Now that's Jacob and Carissa. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about Charity. Let's talk about Charity. Now, Charity goes around to Grace's room. First thing in the morning, she got her head tied up. She get Grace out of bed. Dot, 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 dot. Knocks on the door. Grace goes to the door and she's like, Grace. Grace opens the door and she laying on the door frame, looking all pitiful. Grace. Charity, I'm sorry. Sorry for what? Really, Grace? Really, Grace? Because she cut the straight monkey on you. Sorry for what? Okay, the way I acted. Well, Charity, no, I was wrong. I acted that way because Jacob got a job and I didn't get one, and I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. That wasn't right. And Grace is like, thank you. I know that he told you I couldn't be AP, but maybe I can be in the music ministry. Maybe I can be over the music ministry again. Well, I thought you said you didn't want to do that. I know, but you and Jacob down there, and I'm on the outs, and being there would make me feel like I'm a part, like like we're all together, And Grace says, okay, I will. But no promises. Oh, no, you don't have to promise. You're so good, Grace. She said, so glad to have my sister back. And Grace was like, amen? Grace was like, amen? Because this is a 360-degree turn, baby. When I tell you Charity laid waste to Grace's eyebrows, she laid waste to Grace's eyebrows. She walks out of Grace's room. Grace closed the door, and she is so satisfied. She doesn't feel bad at all, baby. She is walking with satisfaction. Sister sucker. Aha! Gotcha! Boop! You bought it. Later on, she hears a piano playing. She eases on down the steps and sees Bishop playing. Unforgettable. That's what you are. Unforgettable. And she sings with them. Y'all know the Winans got beautiful voices. So Charity sings it out and sits next to Daddy and tells Daddy, oh, Daddy, that's nice. And he says, Charity, I want you to feel better. I wanted to talk to you. I wanted to let you know that you're the heart of this family. Even I was like, now, Bishop, it's a difference in encouraging and misleading. It really is. Now, Charity not the heart of this family. Everybody knows that that's Grace. So, really, Daddy? Why, yes. And he says, I know you got things you want to do and goals. He said, but you've got to trust God and listen to him, and he'll give you guidance as to what your next move should be as to your career. He'll give you the answer, help you find your place. Thank you so much, Daddy. Okay, later on she go to dinner with Phil, go to lunch with Phil, and they in some fancy fancy facility. It could really be the patio area over there at the Greenleaf. They house just as big as a hotel / restaurant, right? That's what this looks like. So she tells him, I just don't know. He was like, know about what? Now, she's sitting there talking to him. They got a full glass of wine, a full glass of water, and a full plate of food. Y'all know these set designers on Greenleaf love to put food around. A lot of food around. Y'all see when the Greenleafs come down for breakfast, they have pastries stacked up. They have cake trays. I mean, they visually it looks like they are having a lovely meal, but Phil is the only one eating. Charity is doing the same thing she do at home. I don't know. You don't know what? I mean, I don't. He called me the heart of the family. You should have heard him. You don't believe it? You don't believe it's true? He said, well, if you ask me, how can a man, why would you believe a man? And then he runs Bishop down about the taxes, about committing arson. You know, all of his wrongdoings, he lays it in front of Charity, and Charity is like, oh, if you ask me, you don't look at what a man say, you look at what a man do. Well, remember that judgment that you're passing out on Bishop also applies to you, because if it's the law, Phil, it's the law, right? Well, Charity listens a little bit more, and he tells her how wonderful she is and how magnificent she is, and he can't wait to make her pastor, and he can look in her eyes. And she was like, oh, you're just saying that. If you are, then it's a terribly cruel thing to say. Saying flattery and you don't mean it. It's terribly cruel. He was like, oh no, look into my eyes, Charity. And she looked deep, and he was like, oh, you gonna make me shy. Well, Charity, first of all, you don't let nobody drag your daddy. You don't let nobody, even if your daddy ain't nothing but a scrap of meat. That's your scrap of meat. You don't let nobody drag your daddy, truth or not truth. And when you didn't say a mumbling word after he dragged your daddy. After your daddy called you down, okay, sung with you, loved on you, and encouraged you. You decide you're going to let this man drag your daddy's name. When you didn't say a word about that, he knew then that you just the sucker to get what he need done. All he got to do is stroke you and give you the attention that you needed. You let him know you took your cards and laid them all out on the table, and he read each and every one. Okay, and he knows how to deal with you now. He knows that you'll accept anything that he drops on you, as long as he follows up or precedes it with compliment, with false adoration. You's a sucker. You've been a sucker all your life. You know why? Because you ain't worked for nothing, huh? You ain't toiled for nothing. I said it over and over, time and time again. Life is its own teacher, okay? And you got to get some miles on your living. Okay, if you want to be smart in this world, if you want to be able to even moderately, nobody can completely go without any problems but Charity, you just take anything, any little piece of scrap or something of affection that somebody gives you, you just take it in. Maybe it's because your mama and your daddy love Grace more. And why, I don't know. Maybe it's because you dark skin and Grace light skin. I don't know how she gonna feel when she finds out that Grace ain't even her daddy's real child, and he shows her way more love than he shows Charity. But maybe that's because you the fly at every picnic, Charity. You flimsy, you fragile, okay? You the weakest doggone link. If you don't pass no test, you pass the loyalty test, especially when it comes to your family. But. Now, when she goes to talk to her daddy, she feel bad. That's why she here talking to Phil. When she talked to Grace, she didn't feel bad at all, because Grace can get it. Grace can always get it. Then we see her buttering up Corinne. She's trading somebody else's gossip to hear what it is Corinne got. Now, at first I thought Corinne was going to say something about them papers she gave Bishop. I said she can't be this dumb. Why would anybody trust this information to Charity? Huh? She drug her own ex-husband to get full custody of her son. Huh? Okay. Y'all remember that? Uh-huh. Okay, all right. So when Corinne is like, okay, girl, you know I can keep a secret. This is what people do. They trade you something real minor and meek. Don't have nothing to do with them. But I trade you. You give me some. I'm going to give you something. You give me something. And that's when Corinne said, okay, Noah. And Charity's like, what? That's when Lady May came in. But you best cool believe she going to take that little bit back to Phil. And that's enough for Phil to go to digging. But that's okay. Let's talk about Grace. Now, Grace is having a hard day. She's decided to go down there and she gonna set up an account for the son. But before she do that, she got to talk to Noah. Noah want to know what the hell. Okay, how was your flight? What about the son? I'm sorry, I should have told you. Well, Noah didn't know. Apparently, when Grace was 18, she found out he was pregnant. She was pregnant, and I guess Noah went on off to school. So she decided not to say nothing to him because she knew that Noah was going to try to talk her into keeping it. And she went to go and terminate the pregnancy, but she couldn't do it. So she carried the baby to term, and she's going to get a baby up for adoption. Now, in that split moment when they give you the baby, and you hold the baby, she looked at the baby, and she thought the baby was so beautiful. But at that moment, they scooped the baby on up and took the baby on off for adoption. Well, when he was 18 or whatever, the books was unsealed. And they gave the address. Sophia was 12. All right? And she didn't want to have nothing to do with him because she didn't want to upset Ray, Sophia's daddy. Because he was using any and everything to get full custody of Sophia. And she couldn't have that. So she, not a good time. The boy's name is AJ. Because Noah said he called you twice. He did when Sophia was 12 and then the other day. So Noah just wants her to talk to him. Just fix this. I'll take care of it. It's been real complicated. Give me a break, Noah. You better take care of it. You better make it work because he's getting out tomorrow. I was like, tomorrow? So when she calling to set the account up, I was like, if he getting out, why you need an account? I guess to talk to him? I don't know. Well, she's going through all of this. Phil comes in. She tells Phil the same thing she told Jacob. I'll pay for it. $100,000? You got that money? Yes. Well, Phil comes in to check her, and he gets checked. But thanks to Charity, he still got a leg up. He want to know where she get all this money from. Now, y'all already know it's because her daddy died and left her some money. Now, I mean her real daddy, who is Lionel. So, Sophia don't take the news well. When she seemed like she was taking it pretty good, She was like, well, what are you going to do? Just send him money? Yes, I'm going to send his money, take up. He doesn't want money. He wants you. I can't believe this. After you talked about how Faith, everything that Faith went through with all these dark secrets, I don't understand this. And she gets up and goes around church. No, Sophia, listen. I'm just trying to tell you. He wants you. You have some nerve. You know what? I'm going back to school, and I don't think I want you to drive me. But it's so far. You can't drive all that way by yourself. I can do whatever I want to do, Mother. Because she 18. She 18 and they done put a car in her name evidently. She can do whatever she want to do. All right? And Grace explains, please, with the church and everything that's going on, we can't tell anybody. You're the biggest hypocrite. And she storms out. Next day, she packing up the car. Sophia, please, Sophia, don't do this. Please. Let me just talk to you. You can't drive this far by yourself. I'm not driving. I called Dad, and I'm picking him up from the airport. She gets in the car. Grace goes to the driver's side door and she said, okay, honey, I love you. And Sophia puts that seatbelt on. Okay, starts that car. And she said, honey, did you hear me? I said, I love you. She said, oh, yes, I heard you. Put that car in drive and peeled off on Grace. Grace is running upstairs. She's crying. Out comes May. What is going on? What's happening? She's leaving. She's going to school. She's going to school? I thought you were riding with her. She doesn't want me to. Do you want to talk about it? No. She runs on inside. Up walks Zora. Zora want to know, where's Sophia off to? She's headed to school. School? But I thought she was staying. Everybody's bewildered and befuddled. All in the same house. But ain't nobody talking, really. Ain't nobody sharing nothing. Still a lot of secrets. Now, May is righteous, but May wants to keep the secret about Grace. Grace is righteous. Yeah, she'll send the kids to camp, but she don't want to take care of her own son. Okay. So later on, we see where AJ calls. Okay. This is the end of the episode. Okay, AJ calls and he says, the inmate from such and such correctional facility. Okay, and he raggedy. Okay, but he's scared. That's apparent. When that guard walked up there and told him 10 minutes, he looked a little bit frightened. He looks like he's anxious to get out. Oh, he's a ragamuffin. He's a ragamuffin. He looked like he might smoke Newports too, but I digress. And he's defensive, you know. And are you there? Hello? Yes. Yes, I'm here. So you getting out? You're gonna need yeah. So I got to stay in a halfway house, right? You're gonna need money and a place to stay. That is why you're calling, isn't it? He's defensive, but he's nervous. He asked about Sophia. Does Sophia know about me? And Grace says, that is her name, isn't it? Yes. Yes, that's her name. Okay? He's offended. But he's hopeful. Okay? He wants to give it to her. He wants to let her have it. And he probably will. But at the same time, you can tell he just wants her to accept him. But he's got a wall up just in case you come out your neck sideways. I got to protect myself. So he said, can you do it or not? Yes, I'm gonna do it. And I want to. And for a moment he had hope. Okay? Alright, then bye. Okay? Wall. Cause I got to go back in here and I got to make it through tonight. Cause I got to be out of here in the morning. But there was a moment when he walked off from that phone where he had hope. Okay? It's a beautiful moment. The episode goes off. Now let's talk about Zora. Zora wanted Sophia to stay in the house with him. And she been hot in the puss for Dante the whole time. Zora hot in the puss for everybody. When they was going to the mall and talking about Phil, Zora wanted to bring up the fact that she thought Phil was fine. And see, here's the problem. This is the reason why the Lord wants us all to wait. Okay? Because he know once you put that chocolate in that peanut butter, you're going to always want to dip your chocolate in that peanut butter. Peanut butter's going to always want a little bit of chocolate. Okay, so now she done cracked the door and it's wide open. She's straight up and down hot in the puss. And if them people don't put her on birth control, I promise y'all, Zora gonna be pregnant before the end of the season. But that is Greenleaf. The episode is called Did I Lose You? Like, hello, are you there? Y'all tell me what you think. Put it down below. And until next time, honeybees.